What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darium's Competitive Pokemon. Gonna be playing a game on PTCGO, and I'm gonna try it with Volcanion. So, I'm just doing a lot of testing lately, gearing up for the Memphis Regional Championship, which is going to be taking place in mid-December. It's going to be standard format. Looks like I might actually be playing a mirror match here, so that could be pretty interesting. Even though Volcanion didn't end up doing super great at the European International Championships. Actually, I think did Elias top 8? I'm not sure. Anyways, even though it wasn't like the most widespread deck at the European International Championships, I know at least one Volcanion player I think did pretty well. If it didn't top 8, top 16, top 32, something like that. But I do think that Volcanion does have some potential going forward. I do not think that the archetype is down and out. I definitely do think that this deck still has some stuff to compete. I think that Volcanion does a little bit better, and we do have ourselves a mirror here. I think the Volcanion does a little bit better against this new Gardevoir GX deck than it did against the old version with the old version that had the Sylveon GX in it. Sylveon GX was really bad for Volcanion to deal with, especially with that Plea GX just being able to lift up all like 2 Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field. That was horrible. Pretty much nothing good about that. You could get 2 fully loaded Volcanions into play and just have them completely picked up by a Plea GX. That was awful. This is looking like it is going to be a little bit of a rough start for me. Perhaps I should have started the Tapu Lele because this is not exactly looking like what I want here. So let's see. What are my options? I don't have any max elixirs in hand. I pretty much can attach to the Turtonator and N. That doesn't seem like super great. I could just Sycamore. That does not seem great either. I could Lele, but there's nothing really worth Leleing for. I think we just have to attach an N and hope that my opponent does not get the knockout on my Turtonator this following turn. We've got ourselves an Oranguru, and that's it. So that is not looking super promising. I could switch into the Oranguru. That doesn't feel good. Pretty much nothing about this feels good. So next turn, we're just going to have to end again. I cannot Shell Trap or anything. My opponent's looking like they're going to Bright Flame. All I need is 1 energy on the active Turtonator, 1 energy on... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just switch into this Oranguru here. And we're just going to pass because I can't see leaving that Turtonator in the active position without at least using Shell Trap or anything. Like, I need to Shell Trap or Nitro Tank or something. This is just a rough start for me. Hopefully my opponent doesn't get Energy Fire Guzma, or a way to retreat. They would need Switch or Floatstone or something, but I can't just allow my opponent to just go up 2 prizes on my Turtonator like that. Then they would get to just Nitro Tank the following turn and probably just sweep me from there. If they have Guzma and then Floatstone and 2 energies, that is really bad. Or Guzma and... No, they're just going to Shell Trap me. I'm okay with this. If they do Shell Trap me, like, this is fine. Ultimately, it's just 30 damage. Unless they've got another fire, in which case they could boost that up. Nope, they're just going to go ahead and poke me for 30 damage. So I am okay with this. Now, it does spare my Oranguru, so that's good too. I don't know exactly what to do here because I don't want to Shell Trap myself because then that just puts me in a really weird situation. I can't Guzma up anything on my opponent's side of the field because that is just like a really weird scenario. I can't Nitro Tank for anything. I pretty much just have to end here, but I don't think it's worth attaching the energy to my Turtonator because it's just going to get knocked out next turn with a manual attachment from my opponent. So I think I just have to end. Hope that maybe I get an Ultra Ball and some fires, Max Elixir, something. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. So let's see here. I could put the Floatstone on my Turtonator, retreat, Max Elixir a couple times, and hope that my opponent doesn't have Guzma and try to just like instruct him to something else. I think that's probably the play. I can't really see myself wanting to go for the Psychic here. I could Psychic. which is not like, I guess it's probably not like the worst thing ever, but I probably don't want to do that. I probably don't want a psychic. So let's just retreat. And I guess we're going to try and power up this Turtonator here. And, I guess like I could potentially, what if I attach to, let's max elixir again, I guess. Yep. Okay. So we got that. And then I do play a switch. I've already played one switch. I think I have one more switch in deck. Like I could technically like instruct into a switch, but like that's probably not going to happen. That would be insane, but like no. We do have a Volcanion here though, so that's fine. And then I'm just going to leave this thing in the active position. Like this is not a great position to be in. I could steam up. No point in steaming up. Let's just go ahead and pass. Hope that my opponent doesn't have like Floatstone, Guzma. That would be really bad. Just him drawing some weird hands here. I don't like, I left this Oranguru in the active position. I can't really draw out of it. I can't Bright Flame for 190. So like I could bring up a Volcanion next turn if I just promote, steam up once, and then I can Volcanic Heat for knockout on one of my opponent's Pokemon. If this Turtonator does have to Bright Flame the Oranguru, that's good, because then my opponent will discard these fires off of the Turtonator, and then that means that maybe my Turtonator will be safe. Okay, and he does it. So that's actually great for me, because this means that I actually will get to kind of have a power play here. My Turtonator has a Floatstone on it, so I'm just going to promote that, because then I could retreat and Guzma, which is fine. So yeah, I'm just going to retreat into this Volcanion here. I'm going to Guzma up, I guess, Volcanion. And yep, and then we're going to steam up one time and attach. I probably think that we attach just another fire energy so that we could potentially do it again if we needed to. So let's just Bright Flame. And we discard 2, and we could Bright Flame again next turn if we needed to. So that is pretty sweet. We've got another fire and a field blower, so that's nice. I assume that my opponent, they're probably going to power heater this turn, poke me again. They could have gone in and nitro tanked. So this next turn, actually, if they, don't do any significant damage here, like I could nitro tank next turn and just accelerate onto my benched Volcanion here. It's just such a weird situation. I don't have any supporter. I don't have any way to draw. I need to like actively, my opponent's playing the Silvally version. That's pretty cool. I am not playing the Silvally version right now. I do not have Silvally in this list. The cool thing though is that I do have this Floatstone on this Turtonator, so he is mobile. He can move if he'd like to. My opponent probably going to accelerate here and here. Yep. And, this Volcanion, and we got a Sycamore. All right, so you're saying there's a chance. Let's go ahead and get this game going. What am I going to do? I could just Bright Flame this Volcanion. That's probably going to be the best play. I'm going to Field Blower these guys there. I could Nitro Tank as well. I don't really think that Nitro Tanking is probably going to be the best play here. I probably want to just take a knockout. If I do Nitro Tank, I could really build up my board position though if I Nitro Tank. So that could be great, and I could finish off the game. I really am ahead. All I need to do is take 2 more prizes, 2 more EX knockouts. So I think I probably will end up Nitro Tanking actually. I just need to build up my board position in a way that I can just take those final knockouts. So that probably is going to be in my best interest. Yeah, and then that way, let's see, I can accelerate 5 energy into play. I'll steam up one more time. I can put, I can fully load both these Volcanions, and that way my board position is just going to be really strong, and I'll have 3 pretty much fully loaded Pokemon. We're going to accelerate all 5 fires, and this is just pretty much what I need to win the game. I could put 2, 3, and then I think we just put, fully load each of the Volcanions. So that way, no matter what, I've got 3 Pokemon ready to go. I think that this gives me the best chance of being able to win this game. I have Guzma right here. I also have Tapu Lele. which is going to be able to get me a Guzma or another supporter, so that's very strong. I do have 2 fires in hand as well that are going to be able to be used for steam up because, it looks like we're in with these Volcanions right now. Turtonator pretty much done his job. Took an EX knockout or GX knockout, whatever. Took an EX knockout. Nitro tanked, and you can see if I had just knocked out the Volcanion with Bright Flame this past turn, my board position would be just 1 fire energy on a benched Volcanion EX, and my opponent just would have a way better board position than me. And not to mention, I wouldn't be any closer to winning the game because, I'd have 3 prizes remaining. So yeah, I would be technically closer to winning the game, but, my opponent is probably going to force me into an odd prize scenario, and I need to try and get myself a situation where I just take 2 more EX or GX knockouts. Like, I'm not really trying to knock out this Volcanion, then Guzma up the Oranguru. That is an option, but I more or less would like to just knock out 2 EXs, 2 GXs, something like that for a game. I do have Rescue Stretcher, which is nice, because that means that I can get this Oranguru back, so I can actually continue to draw cards, which could be really good. If my opponent has to Power Heater again here, I really don't see them winning the game. And just for 20 damage, oh, that is so bad. They weren't even able to take out this Turtonator this turn, even though they have, fully loaded board now. I am good to go. I'm going to be able to Rescue Stretcher, put a Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand. We're going to go grab that Oranguru for sure, and I'm going to be able to draw some cards. So what I want to do is guarantee myself a knockout. So I'm going to be knocking out that Tapu Lele, I think. Because by Guzmaing and steaming up, I do guarantee myself the knockout on the Tapu Lele. So let's just steam up 1 time, and then we're going to Guzma the Tapu Lele. I am all out of field blowers. I think I'm only playing the 1 field blower in this list. So we're just going to instruct, and then, we're going to have to try and finish this game with the Turtonator. So that's going to be, the game plan. We're going to need to try and do Bright Flame for like 190, but it's tough because these things got just a lot of hit points right now. They do. So we are going to have to try and patch things up that way, but that's fine. We'll Volcanic Heat for 170. They do have their Fighting Fury belts on them. That makes my life definitely a lot more difficult. But, I'm ahead by so many prizes right now. My opponent is so far behind that I can actually afford to kind of 2-hit my way through this game. I can also afford to just knock out this Volcanion and then knock out the Oranguru if that is the play. I think that probably my opponent will want to go for a Guzma on the Turtonator. They probably realize that Turtonator is going to be my easiest path to victory here. Just because it does that base 160 damage with Bright Flame. So by promoting the little Volcanion, I suspect that they have a Guzma in their hand. Like, that's what I'm thinking for sure. Ooh, nice full art end. So I'm thinking that they got it, but I'm not exactly sure. They could, they haven't GX'd yet either, so they could be planning for a Rebel GX here. But they do go for the Tapu Lele. That makes me think that they're going to grab a Guzma, and I suspect that they're going to take out this Turtonator. If they take out the Turtonator, they're probably going to do it with their own Volcanion EX, which has got 220 hit points. Like, I am not going to be able... They get the Sycamore, so that actually is really good for me. If my opponent does not have a Float Stone for this active Volcanion, I'm not exactly sure where they're going with this. Like, why did they not promote the Turtonator? Why didn't they not promote the Volcanion? They have free retreat. Duh. Okay, they have free retreat with the Silvally. I was gonna say, like, geez, my opponent is playing a little reckless there. They do give me the Brooklet Hill, though. I love that, because that's going to allow me to search out my other Volcanion EX. So thank you for that. I totally forgot about that Gyro Unit ability, giving all their basic Pokemon free retreat. So that's super cool. Totally spaced on that one. That's definitely a good thing for this deck to have. However, you could see kind of awkwardly that the Silvally GX and the Oranguru and the Tapu Lele, Leave my opponent's board position. They only got enough space. Oh, my opponent has to power heater. They whiffed the energy they needed for the knockout. But you could see what my opponent was going to do. Bright Flame for 170, 200. They weren't even going to be able to hit it. They needed the field blower. No, 200. Yeah, they needed the field blower, and they didn't have it. So that is really rough. Let's see what I could do here. I could do 210 damage for a knockout. That would mean that I need to do 2 Steam Ups and a Guzma. Let's go ahead and Brooklet Hill. We're going to grab that final Volcanion EX. Then I could Guzma, Guzma up the, oh geez, let's see here. I could Guzma up the Turtonator, and I could hit it for not enough. I don't think I'm going to be able to draw any cards here, so that's a little bit frustrating. How many Guzma do I have left? I do have 1 Guzma left in deck as well. I could just go and try to knock out, if I knock out the Oranguru, then I could try and, then I could try and just knock out the Volcanion. Even if my opponent promotes this, I could try and take that out for a game. It's just a little bit of a weird scenario. If I bring out the Silvally GX, then that means that this Valley does not actually have free retreat. So I think I will Guzma here. And I think, oh, I could Guzma the Lele. Duh, guys. All right, thank you for your patience. I have game. Okay, thank you all for, yep, okay, we got it here. My opponent scoops. I had forgot that my opponent had put that Lele down last turn, giving me an easy knockout for 170 damage. So thank you all for bearing with me while the gears turned and I saw that play. Anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Won myself a nice little Volcanion mirror. Still think Volcanion is a good deck in the current standard format. Thank you all for watching the video. Let me know what you guys think of Volcanion in standard format. Does this deck still have what it takes to compete with the top decks in standard format right now? Anyways, thank you all for watching the video. I am going to go ahead and flash the deck list real quick. I had been having some requests to do that at the end of the game. So, we'll see kind of what this goes like. See, it's a little bit annoying having to grind through all this, but, I've been having people say that they want the deck list, so maybe you guys can just screenshot that real quick if you wanted to, just so I could show you the list that I play with in these videos. Let's go ahead and open that up. So this is the list that I just played with. I think it's very close to, I think this is Igor's list that he was able to win that regional championship with. If it's not Igor's list, it's very close. It might just be 1 card off. I think it might have a second switch in it. Maybe Igor only played 1, something like that. So anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.